Om Sri Sai Ram. Dear children, welcome to Sri Satya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam online video classes. So, today's session we're going to start coordinate geometry. In that, Cartesian system of rectangular coordinates. Let us start the chapter. This chapter contains introduction, means what is in the chapter, what we have to study, then objectives. Objective is nothing but objectives of the chapters. Okay. So first, introduction. What is the coordinate geometry? First you see, the chapter name is coordinate geometry. What is coordinate geometry? What you study in secondary classes. So I think you went cinema hall, stadium, and you make the journey by train. You see the seats there. How can number the seats? Like you go through the cinema hall, you see there A, B, C, D. There are row A, B, C, D up to Z. Rows are there. In rows, there is a number given there. For example, in B row, you have 22 numbers. Seat number means, what is meaning of this? Your seat is on B row 22 seat. Here numeric and alphanumeric number means the B and 22. This is the coordinate of your seat, coordinates of your seat. Correct? Then come to another example. I think you do the journey by train. You know that the train bogie number is there. They are numbered as S1, S2, S3, dash dash, and B1, B2, B3, A1, A2, A3, like AC, 2 tire, 1 tire, 3 tire, H1, H2, like this. Suppose your seat is S51. What is meaning of S51? S51 is a S51. You consider like S10 like 51 like this. Means bogie number S10. Seat number is 51. S10 51. Bogie number is S10. Your seat number is 51. Means S10 and 51 is your seat. That is the coordinate of your seat. Like in AC also. See, A1, A2 is there, B1, B2 is there. A1, 21. What is meaning of A1, 21 in AC bogie? So, A1 bogie, that is 21 your seat. A1 is your bogie and 21 your seat. That is the coordinate of your seat. Like this in stadium also, like a football stadium, cricket stadium. Same thing. So, using the numeric and alphanumeric, we have to pair, order pair is there. That pair is your identification, your seat is there. This type of representation is called coordinate geometry. Correct? See, what is here? You must have searched for your seat in a cinema hall, a stadium, or a train. For example, seat H4. For example, see here, seat H4. Seat H4. What is meaning of H? You know that H is alphanumeric, 4 is numeric. H-4. Seat H4 means the fourth seat in a row H. Before I explain, your seat is 4 on H, row H. Okay, this is your seat. In other words, H and 4 are the coordinates of your seat. That is the coordinate of your seat. Correct? Thus, the geometrical concept, what is the geometrical concept? Of location is represented by numbers and alphabets. Your location is represented by numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dash dash and alphabets A, B, C, D like that. That is called as simply an algebraic concept. That is an algebraic concept. Okay. Also, a road map gives us the location of various houses. You see the road map whenever you're traveling on the road. So we see that the traffic signals are there. They're showing here 20 kilometer, turn left, turn right, go straight away. They're giving the symbol. They written kilometer, meter like this in the road. Okay, their symbol also given here. Arrow, right turn, left turn, straight, U-turn. So many symbols are there in RTO. Okay, in the on the road. Correct? So, uh, also a road map gives us the location of various houses, roads and parks. Means again numbered in a particular sequence. The numbered in the particular sequence. They are given numbered in a particular sequence. Okay. So roads and parks also in a colony, in our colony. They are given particular numbered in particular sequence. Okay. Thus representing algebraic concept by geometrical figure. You know geometrical figure. Algebraic concept by geometrical figure also, like straight line and circle is given there, and polygons. So here given the numbers and geometrical figures combined. Correct. This is also the coordinate is also an coordinate geometry. Okay, you understand? Okay, let us move next slide. The study of that branch of mathematics which deals with the interrelationship between geometrical interrelationship between this is geometrical and algebraic concept. Geometrical and algebraic concepts is called coordinate geometry. Is called coordinate geometry. Here's their meaning: coordinate geometry, or simply Cartesian geometry. In honor of the famous French mathematician René Descartes. Okay, this is the name of the mathematician René Descartes. So in this lesson we shall study the basic coordinate geometry. In this lesson we are going through study a basics coordinates geometry and relationship between concept of straight line in geometry and algebraic representation. How can you represent algebraically? Okay, straight lines. You have to study this chapter. See what is objectives. What is objectives of this chapter? What you have to learn in this chapter? You have to see first objectives. See, define Cartesian system of a coordinates. Definition of Cartesian system of coordinates including origin, coordinate axis and quadrants, etc. So I drawn small figure here. I think you study in secondary class coordinate geometry, little bit basic. X axis, y axis. Okay, we call this is x dash, this is y dash. Here two mutually perpendicular lines. X dash and y dash. I take O here. O is called origin. Coordinate axis. There are two axes, x axis and x axis. These two are called coordinate axis. And quadrants. What is the quadrants? Quadrant is nothing but 1/4 part. Means in 4, 1 part. This is called the quadrant. Here we have, so in this is mutually perpendicular lines. Make 4 parts here. First, second, third, fourth. These are called quadrants. There are 4 quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. You count anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Detail you study in the quadrant section. Derive the distance formula and section formula. These are very important. What is the distance formula and what is the section formula? So distance formula gives the idea that to find distance between the 2 points, when the coordinate is given. The 2-point coordinate is given, then you have to find the distance between the 2 points, that is distance formula. For example, see here, I take here one point. Later session we study detail theorem. Just I give objectives, introduction. Suppose A point here, x1, y1. Suppose B point here, x2, y2. Given line joining 2 points. How can you find? So, D is the distance between the AB or D. D is the distance between AB. How can you find distance between AB? That is the distance formula. The formula is AB is equal to or D equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Very simple formula. This is called distance formula. This is the distance between the 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2. The formula is very important because solving some different problems. Okay. So, this theorem you study next session. This is distance formula. What about section formula? What is the section formula? Section formula gives to find the coordinates of point that divides the given 2 line joining points in some ratio. For example, A x1 y1, B x2 y2 are 2 given points. I take here point R, it is called x comma, say x comma y. You take, this is m, this is n, this portion is m, this portion is n. See, section formula we have 2 cases. The first case is internal division and external division. I write here internal division. Okay. So, see, observe here, R divides AB internally in the ratio m:n. That is, R is called section point, means x comma. You have to find the value of R, that is section formula. Actually, what is the value of R is nothing but mx2 plus nx1 dividing by m plus n, comma my2 plus ny1 dividing by m plus n. This is the section formula, means coordinates of R. x1 y1 is given there, x2 it is given, m and n are given there. You have to substitute here, find the value of R. R is nothing but x, find x and y. R is nothing but the dividing point in the some given section, like m raised to n, 2 raised to 3, whatever it may be. Okay, this is the section formula. We study theorem next session. This is just objectives. Okay. Now, objectives 3. What is objective 3? Derive the formula for area of the triangle given vertices. Triangle given vertices. You know that area of triangle in trigonometry as well as in analytical geometry also. Suppose height and base is given. Suppose this is a triangle. Take A, B, C. A, B, C are the vertices of triangle. I draw one line here. I draw A, B, AM perpendicular to BC. So, AM becomes height. AB and AC are not height, these are slant height, lateral height. This is H, height of the triangle. BC is the base, right here B, BC, B small b is the base. What is area of triangle? This is symbol of area of triangle. ABC is equal to, we know that 1 by 2 H into B, means height into base. This is the area of triangle when height and base is given. But here, you find the area of triangle when the vertices are given. 3 vertices are given. Like for example, suppose this is a triangle. Suppose A vertex x1 y1, B vertex x2 y2 and C vertex x3 y3 given here. You have to find area of triangle. This is the objective 3. The formula is I write shortly here. Delta area of triangle means delta area of triangle ABC is equal to half summation of x1 into y2 minus y3 write here once again 1 by 2 summation 3 sigma x1 into y2 minus y3. We can expand this one. We can expand and write this one. So this is the area of triangle ABC when the vertices are given. How can I expand this one? What is the expansion of this area of triangle ABC? Right here, like this. Expansion of that is area of triangle ABC. Expand this one by cyclic order 1 by 2. Area of triangle ABC symbol 1 by 2. First write x1 into y2 minus y3 plus summation is nothing but plus. Instead of x1 you take x2. Here instead of y2 you take y3 minus of, instead of y3 you take y1 plus, instead of x3 after x3 sorry after x2 you take x3, after y3 again come to y1 because only 3 points x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3 y1 minus y2. This is the area of triangle. This is the formula of area of triangle given vertices. We study theorem next session. Okay, one by one. Now next objective is verify the collinearity of 3 given points. Means you have to show that if 3 points are given, that 3 points are lie on the same line. Lie on the same line means collinearity. Suppose, observe here. Here is A point x1 y1. Here is B point x2 y2 and here is C point x3 y3. x3 y3. You have to show that the 3 points are collinear. The condition is like this. AC is equal to, suppose you show that AC is equal to AB plus BC. Is AB plus AC find by distance formula, AB find by distance formula, BC find distance formula. AC is nothing but sum of other two lengths AB plus BC. If this condition is satisfied, then we say that the 3 points are collinear. Okay. This you have to see in again next session. This is only objectives, introduction. I am not taking detail. Next one by one points we discuss next class, coming class. Okay, next session. Next, what is the next objective? Fifth is state and meaning of slope of a line through 2 given points. State and meaning, statement of slope, and also find the slope of line through 2 given points. Suppose the line is passing through 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. What is the slope of this line? See, normally slope is denoted by m. M is nothing but slope. Generally slope is denoted by m. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 dividing by x2 minus x1. This is the slope formula. The line passing through the 2 points. The first point is x1 y1 and second point is x2 y2. Okay. So next, this is the slope of line joining line through 2 given points. The sixth objective is find the formula for the slope of the line through 2 given points. So actually this is formula. So this formula, and then objective fifth we have to see what is the meaning, statement and meaning of slope of line through 2 given points. This is the formula. I can write find the formula for the slope of the line through 2 given. Actually this is formula. Slope is equal to y2 minus y1 dividing by x2 minus x1. This is the slope of the line passing through the 2 given points. The points are x1 and x2 y2. The slope is normally again usually denoted by small m. Okay. This is the objective sixth. Next, seventh objective is state the condition of parallelism and perpendicularity of line with given slopes. You have to state, write the condition if 2 lines are parallel and if 2 lines are perpendicular, when their slopes are given. So I draw a line here, give the name L, L1, L1. I draw one more line here, give the name L2. The slope of L1 is say M1, the slope of L2 is say M2. If the two lines are parallel, you know what is meaning of parallel? Parallel lines property. Parallel lines you have to extend how much it, but can't meet each other. Like railway track, is there no? Not junction, straight railway track. Example of parallel lines. The distance between two lines is same. You take anywhere. That type of lines are called parallel lines. Okay. So, if L1 slope is line L1 slope is M1, L2 slope is M2. If the two lines are parallel, then the slopes are equal. That is M1 is equal to M2. The slopes are equal. So, remember, if M1 is the slope of L1 and M2 is the slope of L2, if the lines are parallel, means the slopes are equal. If the slopes are equal, line slopes are equal, the lines are parallel. Conversely, okay. Similarly, this is parallelism. Come to the perpendicularity. What is the perpendicularity? If two lines are perpendicular, like this, you know what is the meaning of perpendicular? Perpendicular thing, but angle between the two lines is how much? 90 degree. Suppose this angle is 90 degree. I give L1. This is L2. Two lines. This angle is 90 degree. Means the lines are said to be perpendicular to each other. Suppose L1 slope is M1, L2 slope is M2. If the lines are perpendicular, then the condition is M1 into M2 is equal to -1. Means if two lines are perpendicular to each other, then their product of slope is -1. Suppose L1 slope is M1, L2 slope is M2. The two lines are perpendicular. Then M1 into M2 is equal to -1. Conversely, the product of slope is -1. Then the two lines are perpendicular to each other. Means the angle between them two lines is 90 degree. This is the condition for parallelism and perpendicularity of lines when given their slopes. Okay. This is objective 7. Come to the objective 8. What is the objective 8? Find the intercept made by the line on coordinate axis. Intercept. What is the meaning of intercept? Generally called intercept is nothing but cut. Correct? What is the meaning of intercept? So find the intercepts made by a line on coordinate axis, x-axis and y-axis. Suppose observe here, I draw a line here, x-axis, this is y-axis, okay. I draw a line here L, this is line L. The line L cuts, O is the origin, the line L cuts x-axis at A, y-axis at B. Then OA is called. OA is nothing but x-intercept. OA equal to x-intercept. And OB is called y-intercept. Remember, what is the intercept meaning in geometry? Suppose the line L cut x-axis at A and y-axis at B. This OA is called x-intercept, this OB is called y-intercept. Observe here in the first quadrant, this is first quadrant, OA is positive, OB is also positive, correct? Both intercept is positive in the first quadrant. Suppose I draw a line like this. So the line here also cut here this point and here this point. In this case, x-intercept is negative, y-intercept is positive. Suppose I draw a line like this here. So here this here x-intercept is also negative, y-intercept is also negative. Draw one more line here. This is L. Here x-intercept is for this line, x-intercept is positive, y-intercept is negative. Different quadrant we have different sign of intercepts. Correct? I think you understand intercept meaning. Very simple. If the line cuts x-axis at A, y-axis at B, y is called x-intercept, OB is called the y-intercept. correct? Okay, find the intercepts made by the line on coordinate axis. This is x-axis and y-axis. So next, find the angle between the two lines when their slopes are given. Angle between two lines. How can you find the angle between two lines when their slope is given? Slopes is given, okay. Suppose x-axis, this is y-axis. I draw two lines here. I take this is theta. This is L1. This is L2. So theta is called angle between two lines L1 and L2. How can you find theta? Suppose slope of L1 is given M1, slope of L2 is given M2. How can you find? See, here given slopes are given. Slopes are given M1 and M2 for L1 and L2. How can you find theta? The formula is tan theta is equal to mod of M1 minus M2 dividing by 1 plus M1 into M2. This is the angle between the two. Theta is the angle between. Suppose you take tan, this has become tan inverse. In the theorem you see detail, okay. M1 minus M2 dividing 1 plus M1 into M2. This is the formula for finding angle between two lines when their slopes are given. See here one condition, the condition is that 1 plus M1 M2 which is not equal to 0. This is the condition. This 1 plus M1 M2 is not equal to 0. If that becomes 0, this becomes infinity. So next session we are going through distance formula and section formula and remaining things. Thank you for watching and keep watching again and again till understand this concept, okay. Sai Ram.